Hello, welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. And how are you doing today? Allergies suck. I'm just going to start there. Allergies suck. Whether you are allergic to plants or animals or food or medication, allergies suck. And growing up as a kid, I didn't have any problem with anything. Nothing. Now, my husband had allergies, like seasonal stuff. He was, growing up. So I blame all the allergies on him, but I can't really say. You never know. Because my family, I have other family members, relatives who have food allergies. Some people grow into allergies. Some people grow out of allergies. I know that sounds stupid, but my son actually outgrew allergies to raspberries, eggs, milk. He's still kind of intolerant of milk. What's the other thing? He was never allergic to shellfish. They always told us because of his allergies to keep him away from shrimp and shellfish, and that was never an issue. And coconuts don't even apply to nut allergies. So I know some people are like, oh, coconut. No, the allergy doctor threw that out right away. They don't correlate. I know a few people. My husband has a friend, and my mom's brother-in-law's folks. Okay. Yeah, they both grew into peanut allergies. So you can grow into them, you can grow out of them. If you have them as a child, that's the time you can actually start growing out of them. And actually, my nephew's son, who has severe allergies, like my kids do, has outgrown a wheat allergy, maybe the milk allergy too. Which is so fascinating when you think about it. It's like, why? Why is the body not reacting? And when they're anaphylactic, that's even worse. You know, when you have to have that EpiPen on hand just in case. But so then, there's seasonal allergies, which my son also has, and my daughter. They're allergic to everything that grows green. Maybe that's why she has such a hard time growing plants. But yeah, he's got all the seasonal allergies, the oats, the grass, the trees, everything. And allergies, they really do suck, And then as far as animals, cats are probably my family's biggest thing. We have cats. We have a lot of animals, actually. I should show you the bunnies. I didn't get you a video of the bunnies. I'll try and do that. They were outside earlier. But, so what kind of allergies do you have? And what do you do for them? I mean, typical things, Benadryl. Yeah, that's another whole thing with medications, because like my one son is allergic to penicillin. So is my brother's son, so my nephew. He's got a penicillin allergy, and if you give him Benadryl, because, well, he didn't, but we had to give him Benadryl when we found out for a few days, and he has the opposite effect, okay? So everybody else falls asleep with Benadryl. He has the opposite effect where he actually bounces off the walls. It is totally crazy. It's like your most mild child on a 6-pack of Mountain Dew. Yeah, so we keep him away from the Benadryl. So, I mean, there's EpiPens, there's Benadryl. I know there's some other thing called Pepsid. It's kind of what the doctors gave my sons this last time when they ended up in the hospital from eating a cookie, and that was the whole thing. But yeah, so it kind of like works like Benadryl, but over the counter, and I haven't looked into that one too much lately because just because So what do you do? What are you allergic to, and what do you use for it? That's what I want to know. But anyway, today we are doing a soap. I know it's a soap. You're going to see, another soap. Nope. This one is coconut and palm free. Absolutely 100% coconut and palm free. I made it for a special order for a lady who her daughter said she absolutely loved it and shared some with her sister who did not have allergies. So that was great because she's allergic to coconut and palm and babassu and all these things. So we found some lip balm and some soaps, and yes, so that was great. But anyway, 3 things: be kind, be forgiving, be you, and let's go check out this coconut. and palm-free soap.
So before we get started, I want to say one thing about allergies. When you're dealing with allergies, you want to make sure everything is super, super clean. And because these are things I use with my other soaping soaps that do contain coconut and palm and all those other things, I made dang sure to wash all my equipment at least twice. There's a few things I even washed 3 times just to be super careful. And, it was lots of hot water, sterilized everything, sanitized my workstation, just to be on the cautious side of everything. The soaps also, when they were curing, they were all by themselves and they were on a clean rack and, taking all the precautions. Because, going to bake sales and stuff like that, it's always hard to, be the person that goes, I'm sorry, I can't buy that because, you have, peanut butter cookies here that you think are great, but they're right on the same rack as the, cookies my son wants, and we're not taking chances, So it might be a little bit different thing. If you were worried, if you bought a soap, if you were worried, you could take boiling water and pour it over the soap and, in case it touched another soap. But I'm just, figuratively saying that if you purchased one downtown and were worried. But anyway, this was for a special order. The fragrance oil I used was sensuous sandalwood from Brambleberry because she wanted something, she liked the thought of sandalwood. I wasn't quite sure about the colors because these were the colors she picked. And, sometimes I feel I don't always nail it. Does this color really go with this fragrance? I've done some really wonky things. But these were her favorite colors, so we went with that. Now, if you hang on, I am going to give you my recipe. I don't know if it's going to be at the end of this or if it's in the description box below. I don't know yet. I haven't decided, but I am going to give you the recipe for this so you can try it yourself. I actually think I didn't even use tallow in the thing, so except for the beeswax, it would be considered vegan. Wow. And, if you don't put beeswax in your soaps, you don't have to worry about it, right? But anyway, I decided to do a traditional drop swirl for her. So I added a little more, you saw that, to the black and the red. The red is trial by fire. The black is actually just black oxide because I actually do have activated charcoal that is made from hardwood. It is not made from coconut oil or coconut whatever, however they make activated charcoal. A lot of it is made with coconuts. I actually have some that is made from hardwood. It is not made from coconuts, but I didn't really want her to worry about that, specifying, and being concerned. So I just used a little bit of black oxide to give me that beautiful black color. And then, I just did a traditional drop swirl. I thought that would give her some fun swirls. And, there's nothing, I didn't want to do the line. I didn't want to do the, I don't know. This is what I decided to do. And, yes. And it was so great to call in here that she absolutely loved the soap. It was a Christmas gift. So, yeah, total fun for me. I got to do a soap and with a new recipe and all those fun things. So, yeah, coconut, palm, and babassu free is what it is. So then I just decided to do the fun flick across. I just think they're so pretty that way. It blends the colors. So that was my top. There's so many things when when I was doing this, it was like, is this good enough? Is this what she would like if she, but I think she was just excited to find soap that she could use, the artisan homemade, you know, soap without coconut. I know I had one girl ask me, why do people put so much coconut in there? It's like, well, it makes the big bubble. And I know when I make 100% coconut oil soap, like for the dish soap, washing, I've never found it drying when I wash dishes. And we do a lot of dishes. And, I've never found it drying, so I don't know. I also think maybe the water has a lot to do with whether that could be drying or not when it's 100% coconut and zero superfat and, all that jazzy stuff. But, yeah, allergies do suck. They really do. And it's really hard for people to remember, so and so's allergic to onions, so and so is allergic to watermelon, and then you have everything out there, on a buffet, and, it's just not fun. But let's check out these swirls. They are some funky swirls, aren't they? They're crazy. They're absolutely radical. That one almost looks like a horse. But anyway, no scent description and recipe is in the box below. These are the bars right when I cut them, and these are the bars after they are totally cured. And as always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by. I'll see you next time, and God bless.